If you're a bird lover, then you know that birds are extremely sensitive animals, and as their owners, we do many things around them during the day that they aren't very happy with. And if you don't want your bird to hate you and to lose its trust, these are 10 things you should avoid doing. Bathing them. Many unexperienced owners think that they need to bathe their birds. They try to force them into the bath and use their hands to wet them in a not very comfortable way. Birds can very easily bathe on their own, and most times they don't need our help at all. Being clipped. Although clipping the bird's wings is sometimes necessary, you just can't expect your bird to be happy without the most important part of their body, which is wings, of course. That's what birds do, fly. And if you take that away from them, it may be a little too tough for them in the first few days to adjust. Turning on light at night. Birds require at least 10 hours of sleep without being bothered or disturbed. If you turn on the lights, they won't be able to sleep comfortably and they'll start waking up and being aggressive with each other. Touching their backs. Every time you touch your bird's back, you make it more and more sexually frustrated. When birds mate, they're standing on top of each other's backs, and when you touch that spot, you make it confused about what's happening. So unlike how you pet a dog or a cat, just pet your bird around its head. Meeting your other pets. Birds are prey creatures, which means they have an instinct to be scared and cautious of other animals in the area. If you have a dog or a cat, then you should know that most birds are bothered by their presence, for obvious reasons. Grabbing and chasing them. The number one thing that will make your bird hate you is if you'll attempt to chase and grab it unwillingly. So no matter how cute your bird is and how much you want to touch it and show it all the love you have for it, you just have to resist yourself before it'll be a bit too late. Putting them in a small cage. Birds aren't meant to live in a cage at all, and especially not in a tiny cage. So if you decided to take the responsibility of raising and keeping a pet bird, then treat it properly by getting it a big cage just like it deserves. Making a phone call. For some unknown reason, birds just hate it when we talk on our phones around them. It just annoys them and it makes them scream too. Just try to walk away when you're on the phone, otherwise you will not hear the other person on the line. Not letting them out of the cage. We talked about the fact that birds aren't meant to live in cages, so along with the big cage you'll be getting for your bird, you should also give it lots of roaming time to explore and play around the bird-proof room. Confusing routine. Your bird has a biological clock, which is something in its body that tells it when it's time to wake up, eat, play, and sleep, based on its routine. So if your bird is used to play outside the cage in the morning, and you only let it out in the afternoon one day, it's very likely to be mad at you because you confused its biological clock and routine.